Hi, and welcome to a special episode of I Have a Proposal. This podcast is usually about preparing for weddings. Today, it's about the aftermath. Normally, couples stand in front of me on day one of their marriage journey. Today, I'm standing in front of you on day 12,671 of my marriage journey with my wife, Mary. Today, I've invited her to join me. We're going to talk about our own wedding planning in general, and my wedding officiating journey. We may even explore the day-to-day reality of living your marriage commitment with your significant other. Let me be clear. Today's episode is not from the perspective of two people who consider themselves experts. We're just two people muddling along trying to make our marriage work every single day. Now, some of you may be wondering, what on earth is he thinking, interviewing his wife about their marriage? He must like living dangerously. Well, for those of you who know the two of us, I'm in the safest place I could possibly be, next to Mary. Mary, welcome to this special episode of I Have a Proposal.
Well, after that, hello.
So glad you could join me today.
Me too.
So let's start with the question about our beginnings as a couple. When was it? Where were we? Was there anything noteworthy about the moment we first saw each other?
You're asking me, right, to start?
I am.
Okay. Wayne State University, master's class. Actually, it wasn't a master's class for me. It was a master's class for you.
True.
I was taking an 8-week class, and you weren't supposed to be in that class.
No, you were the one who weren't supposed to. I was supposed to be there. You were an undergrad in
and then
master's
you almost
level class.
and then you almost dropped out because you didn't want the. So there was only 8 people in it.
What year?
1989.
Yes.
Was that a quiz?
Oh, things are turning contentious already.
Yes. Well, you want to tell them the first thing you ever heard me say?
So as I'm sitting there waiting for the class to start, for first day, Mary walks in, and she was with a girlfriend of hers who had walked her to class, and she turned to her and said, "Men are pigs, I'm never getting married." First words I ever heard come out of her mouth. And so thankfully I dissuaded her from that opinion. Took some time, but and here we are today. So all right, so I proposed a year later. Anything stick out to you regarding the way I popped the question?
Yeah, over the phone.
So yeah, I'm this ultra schmaltzy guy, very deliberate, plot things out. And I was in the middle of a phone call. I was up in Mackinac Island. Mary was back home. And I was with a group of speech kids up at the Grand Hotel in Mackinac. And I was stuffed into this little phone booth, pumping quarters in. And we were having this conversation, and we got partway through the conversation, and I knew I was talking to the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with.
So it actually was pretty romantic because it caught him off guard.
Well, yeah.
And that's the first time he ever didn't plan something, which was amazing.
Well, and then you were just joking when you said, so how much do you love me? Ha, ha, ha. And I was like, enough to marry you. And the line went dead. Mayor, you okay? So yeah, it was a pretty wild beginning.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, Mackinac Island is a special place for us. So all right, so once we were engaged, what's one aspect of our wedding planning that sticks out to you?
Well, I have a huge family. You do not. So the guest list was a little difficult because it was all my side.
Yeah.
And who are we going to invite from? We had to make up people.
I mean, just getting your brothers and sisters, their significant others, and their kids took almost 50 invitations. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah. So we had to fill it in. We had to kind of cut it off, so that he had some equal to my
some
family.
balance.
And we were lucky enough to have my sister donate her backyard for our wedding, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful August 3rd. For everybody else, it was beautiful. I loved it. For everybody else, it was hot, but I wasn't fun.
Well, it was for our wedding reception, not our wedding.
Yeah.
Wedding was in Mary Grove in a little chapel. Then, Mary's sister donated the backyard, had a dance floor set up, a DJ, food. I mean, it was an incredible, incredible day. So, I was an English teacher for 35 years. And so now, as I'm retired, I found a new calling, wedding officiating. And first of all, would you have ever dreamt that that would be something that I was doing in my retirement? And second of all, is there anything about my wedding officiating that kind of stands out, something you've noticed about what it means to me or how I go about doing it? Or you don't have to come up with a bunch of stuff, just like if there's a a reflection or some observation that kind of immediately comes to mind.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that this is what you chose, actually. I mean, this is perfect for you. You are a romantic, you love ceremonies, you loved preparing our ceremony. But I think when I think about your approach to this, it's as if you're doing it for people that are in your family. It's so
Mm.
special that you are able to make sure that every detail is accounted for, and you will go to the nth degree to have that happen.
I appreciate that. And it's true. I mean, every one of my couples feels like family to me. I have such a strong relationship with them, and many of them have invited us to the reception afterwards, and I'm still in touch with many of them. And so, yeah, it's a blessing to be able to do that for and with people. Um, so, all right, and well, and then I mean, obviously, you've got a lot going on in your own life in retirement with dog training, and you volunteer for Michigan Humane, and you're helping, look after your 96-year-old mom who still lives on her own in a condo on the east side, and so your retirement has been
It's been
very,
good.
yeah,
It's been
yeah,
good.
you've had a lot going on in a good way. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our connection as a couple. I've got a question for that I'd like each of us to answer. Okay. So, what's one thing I'm going to answer? What's one thing I love about you? And you're going to say one thing you love about me. And
Okay, I didn't know these questions. This is you first.
sure,
Okay, go
sure.
ahead.
One of the things, I mean, there's a gazillion, but one of the things that comes to mind is you are one of the most selfless human beings I've ever known. When we're in some kind of a tussle about something, some fight that we're kind of aggravated with each other, you will apologize readily. And most of the time, you weren't even the one who owed the apology. I was the one who was being a stubborn jerk. And you are so loving and so sort of open spirited that you would rather be the first one to apologize to kind of patch things up and move ahead. And there's just so little ego involved in that. And I
Oh,
love that about you.
thank
So
you. Thank you. It's true. I am usually the first one to apologize, but it's not always your fault. So I sometimes I need to apologize. Oh, okay, my turn. So since I come from a big family, I was never heard because there's always so many people around, and Mark is always willing to listen. No matter what's going on, he'll drop everything and he'll listen to me for hours, and he'll know when to give the advice and when to just shut up and let me bitch. I mean, we know that. So you have it down to a science.
I appreciate that. It's I love listening to you. I love trying to be your sounding board, and when you want it, I'll offer my perspective on things. But mostly, I just want you to know and to feel that I'm there for you and with you, and that whatever's going on in your life, there isn't anything I might be doing that matters as much to me as trying to be there for you. So I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Um, all right, so I got a little bit of a spicy question. Which one of us is most likely to break a rule or be mischievous or get ourselves into trouble in some way?
Are we both going to say it right away? Like
No,
together?
this one we can both answer sort of deliberately.
Me.
So, well, you took a lot of time to think that over.
No, definitely me. Don't you think?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, no, you follow the rules, man.
Yep, I'm a by the book guy. Like, oh, what are they gonna say? Oh, my
Oh,
person.
yep,
Yep,
yeah.
Mary just sort of lets it fly. All right, a more playful type question. What's one habit I have, and I will answer the same. What's one habit I have that just drives you a little bit nuts? I'll be happy to share one about you that drives me a little bit nuts.
Besides, in the middle of an argument, using words I don't understand. I'm in the middle of an argument. I go, what does that word even mean? That's probably it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some sound mixing afterwards. For me, one of the things would be how, very early in our marriage, we ended up just doing our own laundry, right? And so, but often you will help out. Like if there's a load that, if I'm busy or whatever, you'll help, do a load for me or whatever. Invariably, it's uncanny. I've never seen anything like it. When you get that load of laundry unloaded and put away, there is a sock missing.
Okay.
It is, you have got it down to a science. I don't know how you do it every single time. Usually it's a sweat sock, but sometimes even a dress sock. But I have more mismatched pairs of socks than I know how to count.
Hence, you do your own laundry. That's
Well, but like I said, even once I started doing my own, if you help out,
I don't know. It just
it's like
I'll walk up the stairs with the laundry, and there'll be a trail of socks coming.
I said, if we ever get lost in the woods, it'll be like a trail of breadcrumbs. It'll just be socks instead of breadcrumbs. Oh man. Oh, all right. So now this is a question that this is kind of like a husband versus wife question.
Oh,
okay.
well, that'll be fun.
So this is where I'm going to ask a question. We each have to answer the question immediately.
Okay.
No pre-thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Now, after we both answer it, we can then expound if we want.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
And it's going to be one of those, like, it's either me or you kind of thing. So point at either yourself or okay. All right.
Ready?
So who said I love you first? Who's more romantic?
Okay.
Who holds grudges longer? Who's more patient? Yeah, probably.
Oh, well, where's your point?
Okay, fine. I mean, I feel like I've got a decent amount of patience.
Yeah, it's a
yeah. That one was a toss up. So, all right, yeah, and I don't know if there's any expounding that needs to take place there.
Well, you're patient with everything in your life, but I can make it difficult for you to be patient. Because I'm impatient with everything else in my life except for you. So
you are my catalyst. But to me, I know this is going to sound weird, but to me, that's a tribute to how like crazy comfortable I am with you. That I feel free to just sort of express how I'm feeling and get stuff.
Yeah, you always have.
So well, you opened that up in me, and I appreciate it. All right, now lightning round.
Okay.
This is similar to the last section, except this time no explanation, just immediate answers. And again, it's either me or you kind of thing. All right, who's more emotional? Who's more logical? Who laughs more? Who's more stubborn? Who's more optimistic? So, all right, now final kicker question: what kind of couple do we hope to be? And this is, what kind of couple do you hope we'll be 20 years from now? And I'll answer it too. But
okay, in 20 years, I'll be 80 years old.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that was that. Okay.
Yeah.
80
5 and a half for me.
I hope to be the type of couple that is still doing their best to travel and to lean on each other. And if I have to be taking care of you or you have to be taking care of me, and hopefully we can look back and say what a beautiful life we've lived, and we've got at least 20 more years to go after that.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Yeah, so I'll be 5.5 years older than that. So, although she says 6 on a regular basis. Yeah, it's funny. The first thing that came to my mind was I hope that we are in the midst of plotting some new travel adventure, some new location that we've never been to, or revisiting some place that we went to that meant a lot to us. Whether it's Terrazini, the little fishing village where your people came from in Sicily, So, but to me, yeah, we've had some incredible adventures. I mean, I'm no knock on any of those, but when I think about the most precious times, it's when you come in the door after being out of the house and we just sit and talk about what's been going on in our lives, or we sit in the backyard and watch the sunset and Bailey's sitting on your lap, and we just,
Yeah.
it's
It's the little things.
yeah, that's why, for me, like, yeah, we observe birthdays and anniversaries and special days or whatever. To me, I know people are going to think this is so corny, but every day that we get to spend with each other is special.
It's a gift.
Yeah, and so we don't need like the special days to be, to take on more importance than they need to, because we invest in every single day like it's an anniversary, a birthday,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
special occasion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, and we've been married a long time and we got the rhythm going, and in your first years of marriage, you're like, oh, what am I going to give him for the anniversary? And then we got to a point where we were at the grocery store and we said, "Here, honey," we were in the card section, and oh my God, it's sweetest day. So I grabbed a card and he grabbed a card. Here's your sweetest day. And then we just put it back.
A, we didn't even know it was Swedish.
Yeah.
And B, yeah, we're like, okay, here's the card I would have gotten. Yeah,
And
what do
we're
you
at the
know?
grocery store on sweetest days.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Cling peaches is high romance for us. So yeah, that is funny. Yeah, I like that vision. I'll take that. If that's where we are 20 years from now, I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Hopefully healthy,
Yeah.
as healthy as we can
Yeah.
be.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be holding me up and I'll be holding you up. But
Hey, we've been doing that for the last 34 and a half years. So why stop?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm so grateful that you joined me for this little sort of quick hitting episode. I want to
I
give
liked
a shout out to engaged couples out there. I hope you experience as much joy as the two of us have. And I hope I get to have the honor of officially joining you together on the first day of what I hope will be a very long, healthy, happy journey of your own. And I want to give a shout out to my significant other, Mary, my partner, my best friend, my confidant, my travel buddy, source of my joy. I think Dr. Seuss said it best. I was looking up quotes, and this one really kind of hit me. You know you're in love when you don't want to fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
And that speaks exactly to how I feel about having met you and
What
the
he
life
said.
we built.
That's great.
So I hope all of you have enjoyed this special episode of the podcast. By the power vested in me, I bid you farewell until the next time I have a proposal. All right.